What's up, guys? Back again with another video. Today we're going to take a look at the stock Square. We're also going to take a look at Netflix and what's going on with the streaming wars. So get ready for some free game. We're about to get it. Alright guys, so we're looking at Square today. So for those of you who don't know, Square is pretty much a payment processing company. They have a number of different products. My exposure to Square is I use Square on my websites. And, if you live in any kind of city, you'll pretty much see that it's heavily into small businesses. So mom and pop shops, juice bars, barber shops, that type of stuff. Square is heavily integrated. I decided to invest in this stock after doing, my due diligence, which is pretty much just trying to get information about the company and look at the stats that are available to me as a potential investor. All right, so let's go ahead and first look at the what's going on today. So the stock is up today 40 cents, and then it went down 8 cents after hours. For the week, it's up 56 cents. The month, it is up $3.33. And for the last 3 months, it's down $15. A year, $12. The last 5 years, it's up $52.12, or a 465% increase over the last 5 years. That's some gains, man. That's some serious gains. All right, so I have 10 shares of this stock, as you can see. My average cost is $61.97. My equity value is $633.20. Today's return is $3.20, or 0.51%. And my total return so far is $13.50, or 2.18%. Since I've had this stock, it hasn't gone down, actually. Hasn't gone down. My the percentage of my portfolio that this stock represents is only 2.85%. I only have 10 shares, but I intend to scale up, probably get 10 more soon enough if it goes on sale again. Right now it's jumping around, I would say 63 to 64 bucks. These are the last 2 days, so I'll probably wait. If it drops down to 61 or even 62, then I'll definitely purchase more. All right, so stats. The open today was at 63.10. Today's high was 64.55, and today's low was 63.02. The 52-week high is $83.20, and the 52-week low is $49.82. Market cap on this company is $26.91 billion. So I would say this is kind of like a mid-cap company. If you scroll down here, 41% of analysts recommend that you buy, 49% recommend you hold, and only 10% recommend that you sell. All right, so let's pretty much talk about Square and exactly, what Square is and what Square offers as a service. Pretty much they're a payment processor, and they have several different products. One of the first products they started coming out with was virtual gift cards, and people could have these on their phones via a QR code. They also have something called Square Capital. So if you have let's say you have a small juice bar or something like that, and you use their system to take over-the-counter payments, if you qualify based on whatever metrics, they look at, maybe it's your daily deposits, etc. I don't know what they look at, but they will offer you a loan that you could pay back at a certain interest rate, and it's called Square Capital. Another product that they have is they have something called Square Booking. I'm assuming probably like a barber would use something like that. They also offer payroll. So if you have like, a small scale company and you want to be able to pay your employees, they have a payroll system as well. Usually that type of service is offered. Most companies have it done by like an independent company. There's a lot of payroll companies out there. Square also offers that. They also have an API or an application interface for developers so that, people can create plugins or applications to work with the Square interface. They also have Cash App, Cash App. Cash App me $40, baby. They own Cash App. I think it was called something else, something Cash, and then Square got it, and now they own Cash App. So that's another service that they have. They also had a food delivery service called Caviar, which would provide like, high-end food, rich people food, whatever you want to call it, delivered. But it was, they sold that portion of the business to DoorDash, I think sometime this year. My personal experience with Square, like I said, I use Square on pretty much most of my websites. If you take your orders, I'm on the East Coast. So if I process all my orders, say before 8 p.m. on the East Coast time, the money is in my account the next day. The percentage they charge per transaction, I think, is 2.75, which it's not the best, but it's decent. And they have an app available on the phone. They also have a card reader that you could plug into the top of your phone. And, the customer can just swipe. So if you're like a barber or something like that, and you use your phone while you're on the go, and you want to be able to take payments while you're on the go, the Square card reader, that's a good option. All right. This stock does not pay dividends. So it does not pay dividends. And like I explained to you guys before, I would say about 80% of my portfolio is based on dividend stocks, because obviously, you want to have stocks that grow, and if they pay dividends, great. That's extra cash that goes into your Robinhood account, your cash account, and you can use that to repurchase shares of other stocks or just let it build up, But even though this stock does not pay a dividend, it does have tremendous growth over a 5-year period. And like I said, I personally use the service, and I'm seeing this everywhere, man. I'm seeing this in my neighborhood, in my neck of the woods. I'm seeing this, it's in barbershops, it's at juice bars, it's at restaurants, it's pretty much everywhere in most of these small mom and pop operations. I'm sure they have like some large companies that use the service too, but I'm just telling you based on what I see in my neighborhood. So for me to go, like I said, I picked up 10 shares, $61.97 per share, and I've already made gains. I recently got this, so I've been watching it for a while. I've been looking at this, and I've also been looking at PayPal. PayPal also does not pay a dividend. I intend to purchase that as well. But PayPal is a little bit more expensive. I think PayPal is somewhere around like the $100 range. This right now is hovering around 60, 63, 64. And I honestly could see this going as far as, $100 a share. So for me, even though it does not pay a dividend, the stock does have great potential. If you look at the earnings over the last couple of quarters, pretty much they've beat earnings every time. So they seem to be doing something good. The volatility of the company is low, and I just think it's a good investment, man. The other thing too, I wanted to mention about Square. This guy Jack Dorsey, he was that founded Square. He's actually also one of the founders of Twitter. So and this guy has a programming background. Um, so I can only see more innovative tools and services coming out of Square. Um, I also see that probably in the future they will try to compete with probably a service like Shopify. Right now, most of the stores on Shopify use Square as a payment option. But given Mr. Dorsey's background as a programmer, I'm sure somewhere in the near future he's going to be able to create some type of service like a website building service and a hosting service that could rival the likes of something like Shopify, because there are other services. There's Squarespace, GoDaddy has another web building and hosting, but there's nothing like Shopify right now, with all the apps and the things that you're able to do, and the overload integration for drop shipping. It's the way to go right now, as far as people trying to build a website, and they charge a monthly service fee. So it would only make sense that, given Mr. Dorsey's background as a programmer, I think that would be the next evolution for Square. All right. So for me, it's a go. Do your own due diligence, check it out, and see if it is something that you would be interested in purchasing. All right, so let's go to the search bar here, and the next company I want to go ahead and pull up is Netflix. All right, so Netflix has been in the news lately. The last quarter, I believe they fell short of the earnings per share, and it wasn't so great. It wasn't as expected. And then we also have the competition coming out now from all these different companies. You have Disney popping out the woodworks, saying, "Hey, we're gonna take our movies off Netflix." Disney owns Marvel. They own Disney movies, and they also own, I believe, ESPN too. But the Marvel movies, to me, is the big seller at this point, especially for people in my generation and for kids. So eventually, once their service goes live, Netflix will no longer have access to Marvel movies. Disney's also saying that they're gonna set, I think, a price target of like somewhere around like $5 a month. Netflix is obviously more expensive. Then we also have, jumping in the game, we have Apple, which is also trying to spend money, on creating original content. Because I think pretty much these guys got the formula from HBO. HBO, 10, 15 years ago, man, had all the hit series. They had The Sopranos, which was one of my favorites. They had Oz. They had The Wire. And those are all HBO original series, So, if you wanted to watch those series, you had to have HBO. Netflix caught on to that real quickly and started doing that themselves. And now they have a host of series that are, winning awards and are very addictive. And I think that's going to be Netflix stronghold on the current streaming market. They're going to continue to dominate based on that. As far as Disney, I think Disney will have an impact. Apple, not so much, but even then, I think the impact that Disney will have, it won't be that great, man. You have to remember these guys have been fighting off Amazon, the giant Amazon for years now. And Amazon's not even close to Netflix in terms of subscription and market share and that type of stuff, So, you know, can Apple do it? I don't think so. Can Disney make some noise? I think so. One other company, which, this week made an announcement and surprised the hell out of me, was AMC. So let's hop on over to that bit of information here. And look at this headline. It says AMC Entertainment launches home streaming service for loyalty program customers. That's crazy. That's crazy. So pretty much AMC is getting into the streaming business, and they're going to be streaming movies to your living room. This is going to be different. If it works, it's definitely going to be a game changer. It's definitely going to be something offered totally different from what all the other streaming services are offering. You don't have to go through the hassle of going to the movie theater. If you don't want to, you can simply stream the movie in your house. The article here pretty much says that, and I'll leave a link in the description to the article if you guys want to read it, but it pretty much says here that they'll be offering, movie streaming to their AMC Stubs members. You have to be an AMC Stub member, and once you're an AMC Stub member, you can actually have access to purchasing the movie or renting it, streaming it to watch the movie in your house. So that, if they're able to pull this off, great. It's a really short article, so it doesn't really go into much. The only thing I could tell you is I don't know how they're going to pull this off. I don't see them have any big execs or anyone on board as yet who has an experience in streaming and running that type of business, so who knows. But it should be interesting, but to me, I think this has been the most interesting competition I've seen so far as the streaming wars is going. I think, if AMC is able to pull this off, they will definitely get a foot in the door. Amazon's trying, Apple is trying, Disney is trying. I think these guys will have an edge over those guys if they are able to pull this off and it works. People are lazy, man. If you could stay home and watch a movie that's in the theater now, great. And people will pay for that service. So kudos to them if they're able to pull this off. But I still don't think it's going to affect Netflix. Netflix has too much of a leg up on the competition. They have so much engaging series that people are addicted to, and they have that brand, man, Netflix. They're the streaming giant. So, I don't know how much all this competition is going to affect them. The last quarter, they pretty much exceeded their earnings again. And they had a great quarter. In terms of subscription and, financial growth, all that other stuff. So I really don't see Netflix going anywhere, and Netflix does not seem to be too worried about the competition. All right, so that's it for the video today, guys. I know I was ranting a little bit. I'm kind of tired. I went to the gym today, the whole nine, man. But still got to get these videos out. All right, if you found the video useful, please go ahead and subscribe. If you're not, also go ahead and smash that like button, man. Help the video go viral. There's some link in the descriptions. If you don't follow me on Instagram, please do. It's passive income _ Follow me on Instagram. I post regularly on my stories, and I pretty much always post new information every day on my Instagram. On YouTube, I could get the videos out, probably twice a week. But on Instagram, I'm posting every day. I post my purchases. I post any news information that I come across that I think is going to be vital, to owners of certain stocks. So follow me on Instagram. Also, there's a link in the description for my Robinhood invite. If you're new to investing and you're thinking about using Robinhood, if you use that link in the description, I get a free stock and you get a free stock. So it's a win-win for me and you, man. All right. So thanks again for watching the video, guys. I really do appreciate it. Peace out.